The older you are, the harder it is to change. The actions of men are the best interpreters of their thoughts. Don't let someone who did you wrong make you think there's something wrong with you. Nothing ever goes away until it teaches us what we need to know. Slow success builds character. Fast success builds ego. Just because you can't see the point behind a challenging time doesn't mean there isn't one. I count him braver who overcomes his desires than him who conquers his enemies, for the hardest victory is over self. Emotion, which is suffering, ceases to be suffering as soon as we form a clear and precise picture of it. I would rather obey a fine lion much stronger than myself than 200 rats of my own species. You give power to someone you blame for your problems. When you blame someone else for your problems, you're giving them power over you. Trusting blindly often leads to betrayal. Life's tragedy is that we get old too soon and wise too late. Life is about balance. Be kind, but don't let people abuse you. Trust, but don't be deceived. Be content, but never stop improving yourself. The past is history, the future is a mystery, and the here and now is a gift. That is why it's called the present. Not every thought needs to be expressed. Tricks and treachery are the practice of fools. They don't have brains enough to be honest. We know accurately only when we know little. With knowledge, doubt increases. Hard times are often blessings in disguise. Sometimes it's not the people who change. It's the mask that falls off. You will have to make very practical decisions about what you want from life and what you're willing to give up. And if you don't make them, then life will make them for you. The days are long, the years are short. Remember that every time you try, you're making progress. The more thankful you are, the more you attract things to be thankful for. Don't be mad about it. Deal with the challenge. Peace does not mean being in a place where there is no noise, trouble, or hard work. It means to be in the midst of those things and still be calm in your heart. Sometimes you're not going to fit in, no matter how hard you try, and it's better to just be alone. Spend so much time on self-improvement that you have no time to criticize others. You can't be happy with someone else if you aren't happy with yourself. In anger, we should refrain both from speech and action. Many people take no care of their money until they come near the end of it, and others do the same with their time. Never trust what someone says. Watch what they do. Never throughout history has a man who lived a life of ease left a name worth remembering. Show respect even to people who don't deserve it, not as a reflection of their character, but as a reflection of yours. Actions are the seeds of fate. Deeds grow into destiny. The more grateful you are, the more beauty you will see all around you. I'm an old man, and I have known a great many troubles, but most of them never happened. Kindness without honesty is manipulation. If you say you'll do something, do it. Keep your personal life private, and not telling everyone everything, even when you have a lot to say, is top-tier self-care. Learn to say no without feeling guilty. It protects your time and priorities. You can start being the person you actually want to be today, right now. People want you to succeed, but often no more than they want to succeed for themselves. In childhood, be modest. In youth, temperate. In adulthood, just. And in old age, prudent. The truth is, everyone is going to hurt you. You just have to find the ones worth suffering for. The things you own end up holding you. Never let yourself become completely dependent on anyone. Always be able to support yourself financially, mentally, and physically. Sometimes there's no right decision to make. Do what lifts you up in your eyes. You won't always be able to help someone change for the better. People will often take advantage of your kindness if you let them. Live as if you were to die tomorrow. Learn as if you were to live forever. Be more concerned with your character than with your reputation, for your character is what you are, while your reputation is merely what others think of you. Life has a way of working out even when it seems impossible. The pursuit of perfection is futile. Aim for progress instead. People's actions tell the truth about them, not their words. Never expect to get what you give. Not everyone has a heart like you. Write injuries in dust, benefits in marble. A person's name is to that person the sweetest and most important sound in any language. No is one of the most powerful words in existence. One of the things I learned when I was negotiating was that until I changed myself, I could not change others. You can't love somebody enough to make them love you back. The aim of the wise is not to secure pleasure, but to avoid pain. The only way to feel better about yourself is to do things worth feeling good about. Everything in life teaches you a lesson. You just have to be willing to learn. It is possible to commit no mistakes and still lose. That is not a weakness, that is life. Don't let people know too much about you. Most people don't care, and some secretly want you to fail. Love is an ideal thing. Marriage is a real thing. A sign of intelligence is an awareness of one's own ignorance. Steel your sensibilities so that pain shall hurt you as little as possible. Writing down is the best way to remember if a quote in this video really resonated with you. Pause this video and share it with us in the comments below. Everyone who wants to know what will happen ought to examine what has happened. Everything in this world in any epoch has its replicas in antiquity. Prioritize your mental health like you would your physical health. It is a common fault of men not to reckon on storms and fair weather. Some lessons have to be learned twice. Don't be weak in front of them. Get yourself together before you get any older. The fool is known by his speech, and a wise man by silence. There is no sadder sight than a young pessimist. Exercise your mind with new challenges and positive self-talk. If you've never questioned whether or not you made the right decision, you haven't taken big enough risks. Inaction breeds doubt and fear. Action breeds confidence and courage. If you want to conquer fear, do not sit home and think about it. Go out and get busy. He who laughs at himself never runs out of things to laugh at. Pain only leaves you when it teaches you something. If you can't understand why someone is doing something, look at the consequences of their actions, whatever they might be, and then infer the motivations from their consequences. Don't lose yourself by tolerating too much from the people you want to keep. Being cool, calm, and collected in a stressful situation is extremely important. This doesn't mean you need to suppress your emotions. Just don't let them get the better of you. Being open and unafraid to communicate is vastly important, even if it's a difficult conversation. Money doesn't guarantee happiness, but poverty can bring significant challenges. If you are in your 20s, many relationships will fail and not work but function as learning exercises. Because of this, don't stress so much. It's all just practice until you're married. When you get married, everything good and bad about your relationship intensifies. Don't let loneliness drive you to make temporary decisions with long-term consequences. Happiness resides not in possessions and not in gold. Happiness dwells in the soul. You're allowing them to define and dictate your happiness and well-being. When you believe, your mind finds a way to do. If you do not make yourself indispensable, you will be unemployed soon. Tell those people you love that you love them, and say it often. You must welcome change as a rule, but not as your ruler. Every person in your life is a teacher. Some bring lessons about love and support. Others teach you what to avoid. Just because you're good at keeping other people's secrets doesn't mean that they will do the same for you. Always forgive your enemies. Nothing annoys them so much. When thinking about life, remember this: no amount of guilt can change the past, and no amount of anxiety can change the future. Education in knowing things means nothing if you're not willing to put in effort and use what you know. Don't give up after the first failure. Failure is not the end. It's just a detour on the road to success. The more generous life will seem, and the happier you will become. One who believes in himself has no need to convince others. The reason so many people never get anywhere in life is because when opportunity knocks, they are out in the backyard looking for four-leaf clovers. Time spent comparing yourself to others is time spent on wasteful thoughts. Your future is your past, which you understand. If each of us sweeps right under our feet, the whole world will be clean. Wisdom consists of knowing how to distinguish the nature of trouble and in choosing the lesser evil. You'll never be truly happy if you constantly seek validation from others. Thanks for watching. To make sure you don't miss any future videos, please click the circular subscribe button in the middle of the screen. You can also check out more videos on the left or our playlists on the right. Don't forget to like and share to help us spread the word. Thanks you.